Yo, first up, here's the host, Efren, explaining knowledge that's applying, never guessing. Next in line is Zach, the stat king. He'll call you out, cross you over, it's a sure thing. I a cheddar, no one better, crazy knowledge. On point, talking pros down to college. Jackie Jack on the grind, he'll never tire. Youngest buck on the show, he brings the fire. Never slip, keep your grip, Tico's in the booth. Ease the drip, Tico's lit, always spits the truth. Finally, it's me, it's KG. Piling stats, spitting facts, daily. The Sports Shed, the Sports Shed. The Sports Shed, the Sports Shed. Podcast, the Sports Shed, the Sports Shed. Sports Shed, podcast, the Sports Shed, the Sports Shed. The Sports Shed, the Sports Shed. Podcast, the Sports Shed, the Sports Shed. The Sports Shed, the Sports Shed podcast.
Welcome everyone to another episode of the Sports Shed podcast. As the intro just stated, I am your host, Efren. To my immediate left is Zachary, and to his left is Cheddar. And on your screen, you've got Keith, and right next to him is Jason, who eloquently, during the intro, decided to take his headset off, put the Detroit Lions cap on, and then put his headset back up. Nicely done, my friend. Obviously, that is more of an innuendo. It felt like, understandably so. The Lions beating the Seahawks last week on Monday night. But you know what, though? To be honest with you, Jason, I wasn't really too upset about the loss. For me personally, the only reason I say that is because all of our front defensive linemen were all backups, the starters. They were like the second unit. They were all injured, and then there was also a fifth that was out, and then Justin Love came out of the first half in the game. So why wouldn't Jared Goff on play action just rip us apart? I saw that coming a mile away. There was no pressure after the first sack, even though there was three total sacks, but after the first sack, I mean, Jared Goff just had his way with Seattle's defense, our defense. There was no pressure. I don't even think his uniform even got any dirty, even with the sacks, to be honest with you. But at the same time, the Lions took care of business. You got an injured defense. You're supposed to win. But congrats to the Lions for the time being. I have a feeling we'll be seeing each other in the postseason. So.
On that note, that's my same excuse for being 1-3.
Well, I mean, you don't have a quarterback. That's, I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, at the end of the day,
not just a quarterback. We don't have a lot of people.
Let's be honest here. It's on the Miami organization for not even planning to have a backup.
I mean, I'm not gonna say they didn't.
Honestly,
I mean,
plus.
Well, Keith said it perfectly last time I spoke with him, with Zachary and I. He said it perfectly. He actually said he doesn't have a game plan when there's no Tua. When Tua is in there, everything is about timing and rhythm at the end of the day. And when you have Huntley or Thompson or who's the other, Boyle, you have to change the game plan around. You can't expect these guys to all of a sudden know the timing of it.
Yeah, I got to stop watching his interviews because it drives me nuts. I just got to stop.
Why, you don't like his sunglasses?
No, I don't like. It's just like it's the same package. I can't watch it anymore, really, because it's the same. He doesn't give a direct answer. Just I want a coach that's like, we suck. We need to do something. We'll try to fix it. We're going to work on it this week. That's it.
This is the same, right? Yo, the weather's nice.
Hey, Jason, I'm sorry, but call me crazy, but wasn't your head coach the Miami's tight end coach?
Yes. You got to rub that in.
And then had an interim a head coach of a few games.
Yes,
if I'm right. It's all right, Keith.
Oh, you're talking about
Gase instead. Huh? Adam Gase. I think Adam Gase was after.
Yeah, we don't talk about Adam.
Oh yeah, we don't talk about that. That was a little bit of a fiasco.
Mr. Crazy Eyes in his press conferences.
Dude looked like he was on something the whole time. So scared for his life.
But yes, let me just finish off by saying congratulations to Detroit. Takes a big man for me to say that. I'm not saying that proudly. That background clap was unnecessary, but understandably so. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. We will see you in the postseason, Jason.
Maybe.
Listen, bro. Like, you know what, man? You have your own issues.
Just
bro.
don't bring them up.
I'm not bringing. I'm
don't
just saying,
bring them
no,
up.
I didn't bring them up. I said you have your own issues. All right, that's all I'm saying. At least, hey, I look at it this way. At least Jason and I, excluding Keith because his is injured, but we have a real quarterback. Moving on. That's a dig for you Giants fans.
Please don't bring up the Giants.
We get it. We get it. We get it. We get it. Kicking 5 field goals right in the last game and still lost. Prior to that,
it was 7.
5 field goals. You guys only got 15.
It was 7. We lost.
No. I said you still lost.
Oh,
last
you're
time.
talking about against. Oh, okay.
Right. Exactly. So, with that being said, we're gonna move on, and I just have 3 words right now. Okay, and I know Keith, I'm gonna be repeating myself. That's fine. Let's go Mets. Let's go Mets. That 3. Yeah, I know 6 words. Got it. Top of the 9th, and Pete Alonso saved the Mets season, and this is his free agent year, where I think that he's gonna get his money. I hope it's with the Mets. To be honest with you, he needs to retire a Met. We need him. He is not a bad first baseman, quite frankly. But on to the Phillies tomorrow at 4 p.m. And I'm still gonna say it. They're gonna beat the Phillies.
I'm gonna say something. Is that the first big hit Pete Alonso has ever had for the Mets?
As far as
Like ever? Honestly.
I mean, I couldn't tell you. I mean, maybe in the regular season he got a base hit to win the game or a home run. But as far as like his career, yeah, I would have to say it is his biggest one.
Okay.
I mean,
so now I got another question: Pete Alonso or Juan Soto?
both.
Both. It ain't happening.
It's Juan Soto.
I mean, Juan Soto. If I had a choice, yes.
Because what's gonna happen is you guys are gonna be too focused on Juan Soto and Pete Alonso's walking.
No, I think you offer them both just a bunch of money.
Just offer it to both.
And it's just up to them if they
Yep.
want to sign it.
And remember, the Mets offered Pete Alonso a 7-year, $150 before the season started, and he turned it down. So, I think he was looking for around 200. My thing is pay both Juan Soto and Pete Alonso.
I think especially with baseball and luxury tax,
Yeah.
you're not having to have any problems like
As long as
football and basketball where you got to be under a certain amount.
Yeah.
You just pay these players what you want to
As
pay.
long as your owner can
So-
eat it.
He has.
He's been.
We're
We're paying $40 million
I know.
to Max Scherzer, who's not
Yeah,
even
I
on
know.
our team.
Right. Exactly.
He has no problem giving out the money. I don't think the problem is going to be too focused on another player. I think it's just going to be you're going to offer it to them, and if they want it, they'll sign it. If not, then they'll go somewhere else.
So, someone explain what type of owner Steve Cohen is. And I love this part. Some people may disagree with me, but he's an investor. He invested in Scherzer. He invested in Verlander. It didn't work out. You move on.
Kind of did.
And that's what he did.
It kind of did in the sense that we traded them for decent prospects.
Yes, we got Acuna. Yeah.
And time will tell off of that.
Right. He's only 22. So, if you don't work out, even though he invests money, he will move away from you and go to somebody else.
And it's not like we signed him to like 7-year deals. We
No.
signed him to like 2 and 3 year deals, I believe.
Soto's going to take 10 years. And I think Alonso's going to take 7 because of his age. He's going to turn 30 if he hasn't yet. So
Alonso could want 10.
Alonso's not getting 10. He knows it. He's not getting more than 7. You're not going to give a 20, 30-year-old.
Aaron Judge got 10.
Well, and like I said, time will tell. So did Albert Pujols, and we know how his career ended. Not so well. Again, once you turn 35, usually you're on the decline after 35. Whereas Soto, on the other hand, he's 23, 24. He's going to be up for a second contract after he finishes the first one. So
Unless you're Barry Bonds or somebody like that.
nobody's like Barry
He
Bonds.
he just kept going.
Yes.
It's funny you said Barry Bonds. Ohtani, they said that this year's numbers is the 11th best year of Barry Bonds' career. His 11th best year.
Offensive year.
Yes. And
That's
Barry Bonds
crazy.
should be in the Hall of Fame, but that's a different story. So, I mean,
That's not the only person that should be in the Hall of Fame.
well, yeah, because this past week, unfortunately, about a week ago or so, this past week, Pete Rose passed away. Obviously, to me, the greatest hitter of all time as far as the most hits in a career, surpassing Ty Cobb, over 4,200. And yes, I get the whole thing that he bet. I get it. But he bet while he was a manager.
For his team.
But he bet for the Reds to win when he bet. He didn't bet spread. He didn't bet to shave points or anything like that. He bet just to win. Now, I am not justifying it. As a human being, if you want to like trash him or bash him because of what he did, that's one thing. But the Hall of Fame in his particular case is what he did on the field. And what he did has not been matched by anyone. Last time I checked, he's still the hit king. And he should be in the Hall of Fame for what he did on the field. I don't know if everybody agree or disagree with that or whatever. What is everybody else's take on it?
He should be.
I agree with you.
He should be in the Hall of Fame. He didn't bet against his team. He should be in the Hall of Fame. Just plain and simple.
I think he should be in the Hall of Fame.
That's it. It's just as simple as that. It's not even gonna. But Jason, I don't know how much you watch baseball. I'm assuming you do. I mean, not much.
Not much, but I'm pretty excited about what the Tigers did. That was pretty cool.
You and me both.
That's you. Have you guys understand? Have anybody seen this team's roster? Like offensively?
Do you want a crazy stat real quick?
I can give you 4 of them, but go ahead.
So the Detroit Tigers roster salary total is 18.9 million. The closer for the Astros makes 19 million a year.
That is insane. Less than 19 million is the. Could you imagine what the profit margin is for the owner this year?
Right.
I believe that now one player on that team had more than 150 hits. Now one player had more than 25 home runs. Now one player had more than 75 RBIs. That's insane. And I believe nobody batted over 275. Not one single player.
And they were thinking about trading Scooble.
And
They were thinking about it.
yeah, but fortunately they didn't. So because Darius DeRays. But right now I think it's the pitching and probably timely hitting more than anything else. But I would say pitching as well. So
Jason, you're a Tigers fan basically because you can spit from one stadium to the other pretty much in Detroit.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He's not lying. It's separated by a street. He's not lying. Yeah, I mean,
no. I know. I believe you. No, I've seen the aerial shots.
Yeah, Comerica Park is right next to, separated by like a 3-lane street and Ford Field. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's insane. That is insane.
I got a question for everybody.
Go ahead.
Yankees don't make it to the World Series. Is there a big issue in New York, especially with the remaining teams right now?
Why would there be the problem? See, here's the problem. Why would there be an issue? You made the postseason. There's so many teams that don't even make the postseason, or they may make the postseason once every 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years.
The Yankees aren't a Tigers team.
What was that?
The Yankees are not a Tigers team. We want
Well, that's
Series. We've been trying to get over the hump for.
Yankees haven't even been a Yankee team.
This is what I'm saying. What do they do if they don't make it?
It's not Yankee.
Especially this year with the
Devil
Astros
Ray
out,
dancing.
the Orioles out.
Well, part of the problem is that they like to spend money on pitchers
And
that
vets.
has one good year in their career, and you want to give them a 6-7 year contract for $170 million. You deserve what you get because you have you've got, I think, Ron. What are your Yankee
Are
pitchers?
you saying Garrett Cole's trash?
I didn't say Garrett Cole is trash. I'm talking about the rest of your starters. First of all,
you're talking about Carlos Rondon.
Exactly. Well, first of all, Garrett Cole wasn't all that this year. So let's just cut to the chase.
He's been hurt.
Exactly. But it seems like he's always hurt. So far the money's not well spent thus far just because of the injury alone. But then again, they're always spending money on, like I said, that particular pitcher as well. Well, you get what you pay for, man, which is pretty much nothing.
Yeah,
If you don't make the World Series, just spend more money.
That's all you got to do. That's it. Just spend more money.
They'll poach more players, spend a lot of money.
Soto and run it back again.
Yeah.
And do Yankee dancing, not Devil Ray dancing.
And Keith and Jason just hope that we outspend the Yankees on Soto. That's all I'm saying.
Not
out of the American League. The both of you should be happy.
Juan Soto went out of his way to talk to Hal, so it's not happening.
Money talks. Everyone here knows what walks. So,
Money talks.
exactly. And on the same page in regards to the passing of P. Rose, the same thing unfortunately occurred to Dikembe Mutombo, a great center for the Philadelphia 76ers. I believe he also played for
Milwaukee.
the Atlanta Hawks as well. The infamous wiggling of his finger every time he would block, but then all of a sudden he was getting a technical when he was doing it. So instead he started doing it to the crowd. So he went and doing it to the player's face in order for him not to get a technical. So he started wagging his finger to the crowd afterwards. I do remember there was one play that Michael Jordan blocked the Dikembe Mutombo, and then he did it to him. I still remember that play.
No, Jordan dunked on him, and then Jordan was like,
Oh, geez.
And they had a bet too.
So, but with that being said, condolences to the Rose family and the Mutombo family for their loss on the passing of those two gentlemen. And right into the NBA, actually, we the trade, Keith, that these so-called Knicks fans, I think, wanted to throw a party. The trade for Karl Anthony Towns to the Knicks for Julius Randle, Dante DiVincenzo, and
Say that last name again.
DiVincenzo.
Say it again.
DiVincenzo.
David DiPicenzo.
Wow.
David Chinzo.
How about this? How about this? My apologies for
It
mispronouncing.
doesn't matter what his name is.
Thank you.
No. You gotta put respect on people's name. It's Dante DiVincenzo.
Yeah, that too. Sure. He's a Knicks. That doesn't matter. And then the final piece of the trade was also the Minnesota Timberwolves are getting a 2025, I believe, a protected or unprotected top 13 pick in the first round. So that's
And Charlotte's getting 2 seconds.
That's right, because it was a three-way team trade. So now all of a sudden the Knicks fans are ecstatic. They want to throw a little party. They want to go to Broadway, celebrate. You can go right ahead. We really don't care. That trade is not going to affect the bet. You will be wearing a Tony Romo jersey. We all will be having that as our background, and you're gonna have to deal with it. And then as far as Tigo, what is he gonna be wearing now? I forget.
Wasn't it Dak Prescott?
Oh yes, that's right. Because he keeps saying they don't want him. They don't want him. Well, you're gonna want him. You're gonna have him when you wear that jersey, but that's not gonna make or break anything, guys. It's not gonna change the fact that the best team in the NBA is still gonna win the Eastern Conference. It's not gonna change a thing. You could be number 2. It's okay to be number 2. There's nothing to be upset about being number 2. You're just not gonna be number 1. I can't even say you're gonna be 1A. I'm sorry. Be grateful. Listen, be happy, Knicks fans, that you will be number 2.
You know what you will? You know what you will be, Cheddar? You'll be one and done in the playoffs. One and done.
Yes.
Yeah, keep dreaming.
Oh my God.
Man.
That is going to be a cancer to you guys.
One and done.
Yeah. Well, you're not gonna get past. First of all, you're not gonna get further than the Celtics, so I'm okay with that. That's
Right.
not a big deal. That's really what matters.
We'll see you in the conference finals.
Yeah, that's what really matters. So it's not a big deal.
I'm done talking. I'll see you in the conference finals
You notice that every time
if you guys get there.
you notice that every time we can support our argument, this one over here to my left says, "I'm done."
No, I said I'm done talking.
You're done talking. But I'm saying those words follow every single time we have something.
There's just no point to talk when it's 1v3. There's no point to talk.
Wait.
I mean, what points can I make that will not get a smart remark back?
Well, first of all, you don't have a remark to make to begin with. That's the answer.
Cat will not be a cancer in the locker room. He's not a leader in the locker room.
Well, I know he's not going to be a cancer. I know. I never said.
We at the end of the day, we needed to upgrade at center because Mitchell Robinson is missing 2 or 3 months to
He
start.
doesn't even play center. He stands out in the perimeter.
Can I finish?
Go ahead.
He does
Yeah,
play
he
center.
did play center.
He was in the 90 percentile of defensemen. Well, defensemen NHL. Sorry, defenders at the 5. What else? I don't know. We also get a spread now. The Knicks were ranked last in distance from the hoop in the center position, and I believe at the power forward position. I believe they were last in the league. So we need someone that's mobile enough to try to cover Porzingis. We need, bro.
Wait. You traded for Carl Anthony Towns, and you still need a center. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Carl Anthony Towns.
So you
played
guys
center
don't
before
listen,
Gobert
man.
got there. I'm
You're-
just gonna point out
like-
the obvious. He played center before Gobert got there,
Right.
so he's there.
Like, you
while
guys are
Mitchell Robinson is out until he returns.
You guys are acting like
the trade made
Cat is
sense.
trash.
The trade made sense for that reason, but I'm on your side. As I don't think it's gonna actually still beat us enough for us, but
Okay.
that move because Randall. Let me put
He's
it like
a ball
this.
stopper.
Hold on. Let me put it like this. Towns is more of a center than Randall. That was the whole purpose of the trade.
Correct.
That's the whole reason why.
Correct.
So that he can hold on
until
until Mitchell Robinson returns. That's a big portion of that trade.
Okay. That makes sense.
That's all I'm trying to say.
All right. No, that makes sense. No, that would make sense if that's the reason why
And
they did it.
here's another thing. DiVincenzo made more threes last season than I believe
Any
Anthony
player.
Edwards ever has.
Any
I
player
believe.
in the league last year.
No, anybody on that Timberwolves roster. He
Yeah.
made more threes last year than anybody.
broke
on
the
that
Knicks
Timberwolves
record.
roster in one season.
Yeah, he broke
That's
the Knicks record.
another reason why they
Yeah.
made it.
I was gonna
Okay.
say, Cat is a better talent, overall. I don't have a dog in this fight, but Cat he's a better talent overall. But I think the loss of DiVincenzo is going to be felt.
I don't think so.
Oh no, it is.
I think
It
it's
is.
going to be felt.
He
He was gonna get bench minutes, but McBride's gonna take over his
No, he
his
wasn't.
minutes.
No, he wasn't. That
that
Villanova
was-
connection
that
was
that
not.
was not
Dante
gonna
was on
happen.
the bench. That's why he wanted to
No,
trade.
Dante started.
Dante
If that-
wanted to trade.
Dante start. Okay, just because he wanted to trade doesn't mean
Yeah.
that he
Dante
wasn't gonna-
started,
he wasn't
yeah.
going to play over McBride.
Yeah.
Let's be real. That Villanova
No,
connection
Dante was
something
not
else.
starting.
Yes, he was.
It was gonna be Jalen Brunson, Josh
You're
Hart,
talking
Mikal
no.
Bridges.
You're
Like, what are
talking
you
about,
talking
no. You're talking about what is or what's going to happen. I'm talking about what did happen, and what happened last year was Dante DiVincenzo started over McBride. You're talking about hypothetically or possibly is going to start, and I'm going to just disagree with you. I'm going to go off of last season. Dante started over McBride. He took a bunch of minutes.
McBride's not starting this year. Is what I'm saying. He was never starting this year.
Oh my goodness! You just been saying McBride is going to be getting more minutes than Dante.
Dante
That's-
was gonna be sixth man.
Am I missing something? Am I
No,
going
no,
crazy
I'm
now?
I'm agreeing with you, by the way, because that's what he said. He said McBride was going to start over
Am I
Dante.
missing something here?
No,
like I'm
man.
like somewhat defending you, and now you're like completely negating your argument.
Dante was gonna be sixth man. He didn't like the reduced role, so he asked to be traded.
But you just said McBride was going to play more than Dante, and I said going off of last year, I disagree with that statement simply for that Villanova connection. I don't know if you misheard. You might have misheard me, but Dante will be missed.
Sure.
Oh man, no, I'm not gonna miss.
It
him.
doesn't matter. We're
I
finishing
mean-
second anyways.
I mean, we're not.
Like, it doesn't matter. So.
I'm not worried about it. That's all I know.
You don't need to worry about it. You guys finished first. You won the championship. There's nothing to worry about until proven otherwise.
Another thing as to why I believe the Timberwolves, I heard them saying that they
Money.
traded for Randall because he's on his last year, so that when he leaves, they actually have money now to bring in another big like superstar, all-star type player once next season ends. That's a reason why I heard they made that trade.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that again, like I said, look, I'm not taking away anything from the trade. I think the trade was great. I did say before that the Knicks actually needed another superstar. I did say that. One more. All-star, superstar, elite, whatever you want to label them. And it ended up being a center. And when it was Carl Anthony Towns. And I get it. Thibodeau used to be his head coach back in Minnesota, so it makes sense. And it's gonna be and even Carl Anthony Towns said it's gonna be a nice, not easy, but an easier transition for him because he already knows his playbook. He knows his style of play. So it's not going to be any, and they didn't have any issues anyway between him and Thibodeau. So yeah, it is going to probably work out for themselves. It's just not going to work out with the Celtics. That's all. I mean, that's my point.
We could always see night one.
We could say what?
Night one.
night one.
You mean the first game?
The
they played each
first
other?
game. The first game.
Okay, so
Which is the first game of the season.
all right,
Regular season.
all
Don't
right.
mean
I will give you game one. I'm cool with it. You can have it.
I'm just saying everybody's
okay.
healthy. Besides
listen,
Mitchell
Celtics.
Robinson.
Listen, the Celtics do charity work. It's okay. We do charity work. It's all right. Don't worry about it. You can get the first one. You know, we're not greedy. We like to.
We just gotta wait till the playoffs.
Exactly. That's all that matters.
You still
know?
need wins to get there. Like you can't just walk in there.
Okay, what's the next thing?
You're acting like regular season don't matter. Like you still need the win to get
I'm
there.
saying that a regular season matchup between the Celtics and Knicks is.
Oh yeah,
irrelevant.
that's nothing like playoffs.
Obviously they're
Yeah.
both gonna make the playoffs. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, let's just gotta wait till the playoffs.
Exactly. Exactly. That's all. Jeez, we've done this already. So, well, I know this coming week in college football, there really isn't that many interesting games as far as like any like super two teams like the following weekend where it's going to be the big rivalry between Oklahoma and Texas. But this weekend it's actually going to be pretty normal teams playing against each other's conference. I know Miami has a game today. This week. Who do they play this weekend, Keith?
Cal.
Oh, that's right. They play Cal. Cal is 3-1. Listen, there's nothing to sit. It's an ACC game. Obviously, I've got Miami over Cal. Cam Ward, he's playing lights out. Last week, the only thing is, like I said earlier, last year he had 14 fumbles, which is kind of like his biggest weakness, the turnovers. This past weekend, he did have 3 turnovers, 2 interceptions, 1 fumble lost. Yeah, he threw 4 touchdowns. But that was remember what I said earlier, Keith? These were the games that they were losing in recent years. These were the type of games that they were getting involved with the ACC, and they just can't get over the hump. And they were down for the most part about 10 or 14 points, a good chunk of the game. But they were able to manage. They were able to get through and pull out the win, which at the end of the day, that's what matters anyway. So, and with Cam Ward actually being one of the front runners for the Heisman winner, because I think the other ones is Travis Hunter and Zach. Who was the other? Ashton. My apologies if I cannot pronounce that gentleman's last name.
I think his nickname's like Heisman. I think he calls himself Heisman.
We should just let Keith talk about Miami real quick.
Yeah.
It was a close one. Scary. Turnovers. Whew. But I think they clean it up. Learn from their mistakes. It was funny. Cristobal said after he had a quote. I don't know if it was actual quote from him, but he's like, they're talking about us squeaking out a game. He said they're just lucky I didn't fully let the dogs out. I don't know what that means, but yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Apparently,
if I didn't fully let the dogs out, we
play
would've won the
like
game
they're
there.
supposed to.
I got Miami this week.
I got Miami by 30.
I'm not gonna say by 30 only because everybody has been sleeping on Cal. I mean, and they are 3-1. It is still, even though it's their first year, and it's still a conference game. And everyone already knows how I feel about conference games. Those are the toughest games you're gonna play all year long. That's just me, though.
Is there a
Unless
reason
you're
why
Clemson.
in college?
What was that?
I said unless you're Clemson because they face Georgia.
Is there a reason why in division like in college is a tougher matchup? I don't know. I only know I don't watch football.
In college?
Football. Yeah, I don't watch college football like that. It's just because better scouting. Or
No,
like,
it's mainly because you've got a lot of kids that I'm not talking about the Oklahomas or the Texas of the world.
Just overall.
Just overall, a lot of these kids regionally, locally, or state, they played against each other in Pop Warner, up to modified, up to high school. And a lot of these kids just know each other, whether it may be some traveling, a high school traveling to another area. But for the most part, a lot of these kids just know each other. So they know their strengths, they know their weaknesses. So when you have, say, I'm going to use Miami and Virginia Tech because it's a perfect example. There are only a few states in between. It's in the East Coast. And because, again, it's regional, they just know each other so well. That's all.
I don't even think it's mostly that. I think it's because these bigger colleges pay these smaller colleges to play them as their non-conference games. So then, like, a good amount, obviously, is going to be your conference games. I
Oh,
think
okay.
that's a big reason why
Mhm.
All right.
they're the best ones are usually the conference games.
Yeah, I
So-
mean,
But you'll get your occasional Clemson, like you'll get your occasional matchup like that. But and then you got to remember these teams
Like
have
what
been
Georgia
played-
Tech did.
These teams like NFL, they play each other like every year. You know, depending on like what side you are for some, or but like you have like Alabama and Auburn, like they play every single year.
Yeah.
So it's like you want to like win that game, like you focus on those types of games.
Okay.
You know? So like that's another.
All right.
It's going to be a big travel game, because they got to go pretty much from one side of the country, U.S. to the other. But I still think we're gonna take it.
oh yeah, that's at 10:30 too, West Coast.
10:30 tomorrow night.
Man, we know you're watching that game.
Gotta believe it.
The
I'm watching it because he's a giant.
who's the giant?
Cam Ward.
Oh Lord.
Listen, that's my goal, man. I'm speaking it into existence. That's it. I
No,
have to.
no, your goal is for your team to be a football team again. That's your goal. All right, that is your goal right now. Okay, because what your goal is
Can we just be honest?
yes, yes.
The Giants are not that trash. They have all the pieces. They just don't have a quarterback. That's it.
Can we be honest? At the rate that my team is going, we're going to get Cam Ward before you guys do.
What are you gonna do with that? What are you gonna do with Tua's contract? Okay,
I mean, I can't
Okay,
argue
okay,
that,
okay.
Keith,
You,
so.
Wait. You brought this up. What happens if they end up with, like, say, a top 3 or top 5 finish?
Travis Hunter.
You pick a quarterback because
Exactly.
you can't
We don't need
you can't
Travis
rely
Hunter.
that he's going to stay healthy the rest of his
Hey.
career. You have to.
You were gonna say something, Zach?
Did you see
What
that?
happens when you don't?
Did you see the report today, Keith? That neurosurgeon, well, not neurosurgeons, but I can't say the word.
Neurologist.
Neurologists. They're having issues trying to clear him. They don't know if they should clear him or not.
Last I heard that he has no he's symptom free is the last I heard.
Oh, all right.
I was
So he just needs to get cleared, basically.
I was
he's-
just gonna say, okay, you can go.
I think he's planning on coming back week 8 is what they're saying.
You know that.
I was just gonna say, like, if you're the Dolphins and you get that high of a pick, I don't really know what other position you'd want to draft
Line.
at that spot, because like I feel like they're decent all around.
Well, you got
maybe defensive line.
you
because
could
they
go
can't
D
stay
line, yeah.
healthy,
You
but-
could go that one dude out of what school?
But I think the problem is that Tua's not reliable. Like
Yeah.
he's shown that. And like even if he wants to play, cool. Like
I got one.
I think you're gonna stick with him, but then you can bring a quarterback in and then he can learn under Tua.
I got one.
Because he when he is out, which is very likely, then you have to have a backup plan. You have to have a quarterback.
I got your backup plan.
Who?
Daniel
Don't
Jones.
say it.
Okay, let's
Daniel
be
Jones.
real now. Okay, I think if they have a high draft pick, I think they should take a quarterback since they're already there.
Yeah, if they're there.
And just have him learn under Tua if Tua wants to continue to play, because it's very likely at some point in
He's
that the next within Tua's contract he's gonna get hurt again.
They need to address.
Yeah, if you're there, you might as well take one, right? I mean, like, to be honest, it's either take or you take a D line. You could do D line.
We need O line before D line, in my
O
opinion.
line too. You could do O line.
Our offensive line is bad.
Look, let's just cut to the chase. You end up at the top 5. You're taking a quarterback. End of story. Period.
Mhm.
Period. I'm not going to say O line. I'm not going to say defensive line. I'm not going to say Travis Hunter. I'm not going to say an assistant head coach. I'm not going to say head. I'm telling you right now, you're taking a quarterback. It's just that simple.
And
Let's just cut to the chase. All
Yeah,
right?
if
Plain and
if we are top 5, we're taking either Sanders probably or Ward.
or I know
Beck.
people
Beck.
may not want to say any of this, but again, you also have Carson Beck at Georgia as well, because he is going to probably those 3 quarterbacks are probably going to be in the top 10.
I'm not gonna lie. I'd
Beck
take
is not an
Milroe.
NFL.
I would
take Milroe
Beck
too.
is not
might
an
even-
NFL quality
I
quarterback.
would take Quinn Ewers before I take.
I don't like
Carson.
Beck and I don't like Quinn.
Hold on one second. I'm sorry, Jason. Say that. What did you say?
I'm just saying Beck is not an NFL quality quarterback. He's the product of a good team
I could
Yes.
agree with you.
and a really good coach.
He kind
So
of reminds me of like
he's-
a AJ McCarron. Like that's
Yeah.
kind of what he
Yes.
reminds me of.
That makes
Like-
sense.
Like he could be drafted, but he ain't no first round talent.
Correct.
That makes sense. But
I'm
but the
taking
thing is-
Sanders or Ward. That's who I'm taking.
That's who I'm set with
mean,
too for the Giants. Keith, Cam Ward or Shador Sanders.
Milrose out of Alabama is really good.
I would go for Milrow too.
I mean, all I'm saying is they're saying out there that Beck could still be the consensus number one overall pick. That's all I'm saying. Now, obviously, as the draft comes along, things will change. That goes without saying. But I'm just letting you know that there are analysts and execs out there that project him to be the number one pick overall.
I'm just gonna get more and more sick towards draft day because I'm just gonna see reports of the Giants drafting Carson.
We actually could care. We actually don't care. We don't care right now. Yeah, we don't. We're gonna start saying that to each other right now.
They also predicted Drew Bledsoe to be a really good quarterback too.
Yeah. He is.
Don't forget about Ewers. Quinn Ewers.
I don't like Ewers.
Oh,
I
Texas.
mentioned it.
Yeah, Texas.
I like him.
I don't like.
I like him.
Here's the thing with Quinn Ewers. I kind of like him a little bit more this year, and considering how he started, because both of his top wide receivers left the draft last year, and he came in this year with just a completely different wide receiver core, and he still looks just as good as he did last year.
Yeah,
that's why I like Quinn Ewers just more than Beck.
I'm gonna piggyback on that too, Zach. I'm gonna add another reason why I like Quinn Ewers. Okay, it's not easy for the past 2 years to look over your shoulders by someone by the name of Manning. Okay, and listen. So far, what I've seen, it may be against lesser quality opponents, but so far what I've seen, he seems to be it. To be the man, and I get all that, and again, it does help that you've got two uncles that played in the league, Hall of Famers, Super Bowl, that are also training you, coaching you, so forth, and your grandfather on top of that. But with Quinn Ewers, that name, and for 2 years, and still performed the way he has performed, that means to me, he can handle himself in the NFL and in the spotlight. Okay, because if you can handle yourself with a Manning and with a target on your back, you can handle pretty much anything you can.
Yeah, all it took was probably like a bad 2-game stretch, and talk about Manning, So props to him for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Now the real question is, there's even more pressure on him now.
On who?
On Ewers when he gets back. Well, I don't think so though, because it's his draft year.
Yeah.
I don't think the coach would do that.
I feel like it's the same. Like, he has to go out and perform. If he performs, it's cool. If not, well then hey.
I also don't think the coach would do that to him. I think that would be kind of.
I think it's not very different than Oklahoma situation. I mean,
Right.
Arnold sucked.
That dude was trash.
Another quarterback came in, and he's looking good so far.
Arnold looks like he should be the quarterback for Syracuse, bro. He's bad, bro.
Syracuse quarterback's actually pretty good.
No, he's pretty good. That's McCord, the transfer from Ohio State. Now that dude is good.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, he transferred whatever reason, and he transferred to Syracuse, and he's playing lights out. I'm telling you right now. And this coming weekend, because I'm watching it. Actually, as a matter of fact,
it's Friday against UNLV.
That's tonight. Syracuse at number 25, UNLV undefeated at 9:00 on Fox FS1. I'm watching that game.
Undefeated?
So I think Syracuse lost one, right?
Stanford.
Yeah, 3-1. They're 3-1 now. So no, I'm watching that game, and I mean, you can't really. If Syracuse can pull this off, look, that's against a ranked team outside of your conference, but it's still a ranked team. It is a respectable non-conference game. But no, I'm not going to sleep.
Syracuse at UNLV tonight, and Michigan State at Oregon tonight.
Ooh,
yeah.
Michigan State. Ooh.
Can I? I know this is off topic.
And don't forget about Dylan Gabriel. At Oregon.
That's right.
I believe he's leading the league in like completion percentage.
He is.
So
He's like 30 touchdowns to 6 interceptions.
Oh wow,
pretty darn good.
Damn it, man! All right, so
really?
We don't need to stay on this long, but I was gonna say, shoot, I forgot. Sorry, just skip it.
All right.
I forgot it. When I said "damn it, man," I lost it.
Oh, that's on you. But that game is actually tonight at 9. I'm gonna be watching that. Well, actually, yes, I'm gonna be watching that game. I was about to say the Mets, but they got the day off because we won. So, we'll go ahead and move on from that.
Should we quickly make picks for the MLB? Just quickly, like who we think's gonna win the series?
Should real quick.
The series?
Just this round.
Just this round only. Oh, we could do that. Absolutely. Give me 1 second. Let me take a look here. All right. We'll start here. Detroit at Cleveland. This is a 5-game set, and you got to tell me who wins, and how 3-1, 2 in game 5, whatever.
Cleveland in 3.
Wow, he's looking for a sweep.
I think their offense is good and their pitching is decent too, and their bullpen's really good. That's all.
What do you guys over there think?
What is it? A best
actually,
of?
I lied. I think Cleveland in 4. They win. School will start.
What is
Anybody
it?
else?
Is it best of 7?
Nah, best of 5.
Best of 5.
I'm going Tigers in 3.
Huh?
Wow, he's got a sweep. I'm just gonna come out. I think Detroit has had a great season. But after see how they even made it this far, it's just beyond me with that roster. And I'm gonna say Cleveland just because they've got the better offense, they've got the better pitching, the better team. And at some point, even though they did have a fantastic year and more than likely manager of the year, no disrespect to Kansas City, but what they've done with that team with a payroll of less than $19 million, I think the Cinderella season comes to an end in this series. And I'm going to give Detroit just one game because of their ace. So I'm going to say Cleveland in 4.
I think I would go Cleveland in 4 as well.
You would give the win to School.
I'm gonna go
One more game.
Tigers in 4.
All right, 2-2, gentlemen.
I mean, they were only 6.5 out of first. I mean, it's not that big of a gap.
It's just their offensive production is what I'm concerned about.
Okay, we'll jump onto this one. San Diego game 1 at LA. Anyone can just jump right in.
San Diego in 5.
LA in 4.
LA in 4.
Padres in 4.
LA in 4. So again, no, there's 5 of us. So 3-2.
LA.
Yep. And then the next one will be Kansas City at New York. Which a lot of people don't realize. This is, when it comes to the postseason, this is a rivalry game. A lot of people forget that in the 80s with George Brett, Frank White, Steve Balboni. And so.
Yankees in 3.
Wow, sweep.
Yankees in 4.
I'm going to go Yankees in 4.
I'm going to say Yankees, but I'm going to say Yankees in 5. I think Kansas City's going to give them a bit of a run for their money. So I'm going to say the Yankees in 5. And then, of course,
Wait.
I thought you said it. I'm sorry.
No.
My
Yeah,
apologies.
I'm gonna go. Oh boy, I'm gonna go Yankees in 5. I would not be surprised if Kansas City wins in 5.
All right. And then the last but not least, the Mets at Philly.
Philly in 4.
I'm just going to come out and say it. I really don't care how long this series goes. I'm just saying the Mets, period. But if I had to pick a number, I'm going to say Mets in 4. But I'm just saying Mets, period.
We can't be
Almost.
biased here.
Mets in 5.
I am. Screw that.
I'm gonna say Mets in 5.
Right there, right
I'm
there.
gonna give it to you, Efren.
I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it.
Don't be biased, Zach.
I'm hoping that I swayed you over by complimenting the Lions earlier in the show. So that's why.
And it
I'm
worked.
going Mets in 5 as well.
My man, you're still in the family. He's like, bro, you're the in-law, not me.
Let's be honest here, Zach.
Give me Mets in 5.
That's it. That's what I'm talking about.
See, that's respectable.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'll give him Mets in 5, but I'm taking Philly in 4.
Oh, remember, I did say I don't care if it goes 5. I just want the Mets, but I just pick 4. Just pick a
I
number.
just don't think you would care who it is. You would just pick Mets no matter what.
You're damn
so.
Skippy. You are damn Skippy.
I just want a Subway Series rematch. That's
That's
all
what-
I want.
Same here. I want them.
It's the
from,
only reason I would want the Yankees to advance.
That's it. We want it because they owe me from 2000. They owe me.
That would be very interesting, though. Mets versus
That
Yankees.
that would draw the biggest numbers.
That would be
out of all these
interesting.
matchups. It would be
The-
a Subway Series rematch.
The battle for Juan Soto.
Yeah.
Oh, did y'all see?
I saw-
Zachary, tell them what you saw.
So I saw a video of like all the best like potential matchups for the World Series. and number 1 was the Yankees and Mets, and someone said, Battle of New York, winner gets Juan Soto.
I'm down.
I was like,
I like
deal.
that one.
What was,
Actually,
like
what
it.
was the second one? Dodgers and Yankees.
I think so.
Yeah.
That would be that
Yeah,
one.
that
Yeah,
was-
now that's a rivalry in the World Series, especially in the 70s and 80s. So yeah, that's why.
Yeah,
I think a sleeper one is the Royals and Mets back from 2015.
yeah, that would be fun too.
Just real quick, now that we picked this, and so we can just quickly move on to the NFL. I just want to go over the Heisman. Okay. And right now I'm just gonna throw 3 names out there.
And we pick.
I think it's
Yeah.
I think it's 4.
It's 4.
No, I'm saying no. I'm gonna
just
throw
throw
3
in 3.
names, and you can let me know who the 4th one is, because I don't know who the 4th one is right now. So I'm cool with it. So obviously the first one, we all know Cam Ward. To me, in my opinion, well, anyway, let me just give out the names out there. We'll go over. It's Cam Ward out of Miami. Okay, the U, by the way, not the one in the state of Ohio. People always get that confused. No, I'm being serious. Am I right, Keith?
Yeah.
Travis Hunter, obviously the man is on both sides. Colorado, wide receiver and defensive back. My apologies to this gentleman if I pronounce it incorrectly. Ashton Ginty, running back out of Boise State. And who is the 4th one?
Jalen Milroe.
And Jalen Milroe out of Alabama.
I think
Now-
it's Jackson Dart from Ole Miss, right?
If he didn't play that poorly,
If they didn't play poorly against you guys, then yeah. But because of him, I'm gonna leave him out. But if you want to add him and make a case for him, you go ahead. But if I was you, I wouldn't say that in front of your Kentucky fans. That's all I'm saying, Jason. I'm
So-
protecting you.
So are we gonna pick?
Yeah. So who do you guys think is gonna win the? We'll start with Cheddar. Who do you think is gonna win the Heisman? I mean, right now.
So if I was to go right now, I would give it to Travis Hunter just because he plays both sides. But if I was to go based on like one position, which is not going to happen, it's one of the positions you play, I would probably go what's his name?
Ashton Jenkins.
Ashton, just because it carries Boise State, honestly.
Right now, I think it's Ashton Ginty. Like if right now, 10 he's averaging like 10 yards per carry. He's got over 800. He's got like 13 touchdowns right now. But I think over the course of the season, I do think it would be my pick would go to Travis Hunter because he plays both sides.
Yeah,
but
that's what I was gonna
GT,
say.
and when you look at the schedule, their only loss was by 3 points to Oregon, and he has just been dominating. He's had like 4 touchdown games in multiple games. They've been blowing those
He's a
teams
beast.
out. Right now, I'd give it to Ashton Ginty, but I do think over the course of the year, I think it's going to be Travis Hunter because he plays both sides.
Me, I'm gonna give it to Cam Ward, and the reason I'm gonna give it to Cam Ward is he is literally the reason, and I'm not taking anything away from the defense. I'm not taking away anything from the offensive line. I'm not taking away anything from anybody. Okay. But the reason why I'm picking Cam Ward is because right now,
Literally.
Miami is 5-0. I believe. Are they 6th in the country, Keith? Or 8th?
Last time, I think it's 8.
8. Okay, they're in the top 10. 8th, but they're in the top 10, and he is the reason why they're in the top 10. He's second in the country with over almost 1,800 yards passing. He has 18 touchdowns. The only thing that is going to change my mind if he keeps turning the ball over. That's really the only thing right now, because people are gonna have to start splitting hairs to figuring out who's gonna win what. And the fact that right now the running back from Boise State is just having a fantastic season. Right now, Travis Hunter is playing lights out on both sides. Okay, and everyone, and then as well as the quarterback from Alabama,
Jalen Milroe.
Milroe, thank you. They're all playing great. But right now, I'm going to give that because right now he is the difference. Just stop turning the ball over. That's all I'm asking for Cam Ward. That's my reasoning.
I agree with you, obviously.
He said, enough said. You said what I was going to say.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Oh, Keith, look at that over there. By the way, hey, Jason, it's not a W. It's not a W.
How many does Hunter have?
It's a U. Just don't throw it out there. There you go. Hey,
He is the main sole reason why they're doing what they're doing this year.
I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. The running back from Boise State, he has 845 yards, 13 total touchdowns, and he's averaging 10.3 yards per carry. That's amazing and it's fantastic. And right now, they've got Boise State as the top non-big power conference winner. Earning that 5th automatic bid in the in the playoffs. So again, that's gonna play a huge role if they make the playoffs too.
I think though
That's
you can
that's
go.
Barry Sanders numbers.
Yes, Oklahoma
I-
State.
He's carrying.
I just want to say that this literally the same reason you gave Cam Ward is like can go right to Ashton Ginty as well. Like
But
That's
I don't think
more,
anything
more.
you've said like can't go to Ashton Ginty as well.
Yeah, true.
And he has like 100 and I believe like 60 more rushing yards than the next person. He's got like 3 more touchdowns than the next skill person. Like he is that offense. And I mean, and it's not like he's breaking like 4, 5, 6 tackles and still getting in the end zone. Like
He looks like Barry Sanders mixed with Saquon Barkley.
you gotta actually see the runs. Like it's
Like,
not
you
like
gotta
he's just
watch
getting
it. Like, it's
No, no, no.
like it's not like he's just running and being untouched. Like he's breaking like they're just bouncing off of him. It's crazy.
And the only negative thing about him is I love Boise State. I love the blue field. I am that guy at 11 o'clock at night. The only thing is that right now, based on the way the voters tend to think, one plays for Miami, powerhouse, and Boise, and he plays for Boise State.
But-
I don't want that. I don't want that to be the reason. It's
But-
what I'm trying to get at. But that's going to play
But see-
part of it. That's all I'm saying.
At the end of the day, you take Cam Ward and replace him with another 4-star prospect or 5-star prospect. Miami's still doing what they're doing.
No.
now.
Oh no.
And, and this is
You know
I-
what, Keith? He's all yours.
You take
He's all yours.
You take him off of Boise State. I think Boise State doesn't win 3 games.
I think there's only a handful of quarterbacks
Can somebody unplug his mic?
that do that.
Yes.
Not a 4-star.
That's not. Look. I'm not a Miami fan.
Apparently, he hasn't watched Miami in the last 5 years.
Try more. Tell him no.
No, I haven't watched Miami.
Okay.
I'm
All right. I'm gonna
You
tell you.
made that statement.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you something right now. Correct me if I'm wrong. Miami has Miami won an ACC conference title?
They haven't won anything in 20 years?
There you go.
Oh, all right.
There you go. That's why. And I say that shockingly about Miami.
I think for Ashton Ginty, if he keeps this up and Boise State doesn't lose a game the rest of it, because Oregon was their toughest matchup, and if you look at their schedule, it's solid, okay teams, but they have a chance
To run the
not,
table.
yeah, to not lose again.
Yes.
And
yes.
if that's the case, they're going to make the college playoff. I think if they make the college playoff and he continues to play the way he's playing, it's going to be tough to not give it to him.
Zachary, do you want to tell everyone here, especially Cheddar, where he transferred from?
LSU. He transferred from LSU.
LSU, he transferred from. Yep. So I'll say this. Because of the pace this young man is going. He's on the pace of averaging of gaining over 2,000 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what he's on pace for.
20 touchdowns.
And he has 13 right now. He's on pace for probably almost 35 to 40 touchdowns right now. I'm telling you right now, he puts those numbers up with respect to Cam Ward. I'm going to be even. It's going to be tough for me not to give him the vote, not to give it to him. I mean, those numbers are just astronomical as far because the Heisman, at the end of the day, it's about the best player, not necessarily what they did for their team, or it's literally about the best player. But
I do think you can't forget about Travis Hunter though, because he plays both sides. It's a lot like Shohei Ohtani. Like if he's pitching
Yes.
and hitting at such
Yes.
at the level he does, and then you get Travis Hunter, who is a first rounder on either side of the ball. If you do both,
So-
it's tough to not give. This is a
yeah,
good.
It's like
This is good. This
Yeah,
is
it's
gonna
like
be a good year.
Otani's the best player in MLB because he can pitch and he hits.
yeah,
Travis Hunter should be the best player in college football because he is the number 1 wide receiver and he's the number 1 cornerback. Not in college football,
don't-
not in college football, but you know what I mean.
I don't know about receiver, but he's definitely that cornerback.
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah.
this poll that I'm looking at. It's not an official poll or anything, but they got Travis Hunter 35% of the chance of winning. Next in line is Jalen Milroe at 29%, Cam Ward at 26%, and Ashton Genty at 10%.
I mean, just the top three alone.
That's close.
I mean,
close.
again, you can flip that any way you want. I mean, that's how close it is right now.
Ginty will go up.
You know, well, provided that he continues what he's doing.
It just comes down to how the rest of these players
Yeah.
play the rest of the season.
rest of the
I mean, like, you're pretty much going to need to make the college playoff at minimum to even qualify for this. So,
I mean, and again, usually they send generally three, but they will send 4 finalists to New York City for the Heisman award show. And right now, these 4, I mean, it's just, to me, they're all neck and neck right now. They're all neck and neck right now. But unless we have anything else, I just want to move on real quickly to this week's NFL games, matchups.
do you want me to just power through them and like we can make our picks?
Yeah, power through them. You can make a comment, say yay, say no. I will try to remember the picks I make.
So what'd you guys pick Thursday?
Thursday, I had Atlanta.
I had the Bucks.
I had Atlanta.
I had the Bucks.
I had Bucks.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Zachary, there's always, the Sierra.
All right. 9:30 on Sunday in London. Jets Vikings.
Vikings by 20.
I had the Jets. I think the Vikings get their first loss.
Vikings.
I want both of these teams to lose, but
We know why.
Yeah.
Why?
Vikings.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, and it's the Vikings.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Man, this is.
I want this game to end in a tie.
What'd you pick? I pick them.
Vikings.
Okay.
All right.
As much as I think Brian Flores is just going to bring the house to him. I got to take the Vikings.
So I'm the only one. Pick the Jets.
I guess so.
I guess.
Yep.
Jets suck.
Ravens Bengals.
Ravens blowout.
I did pick the Bengals.
Ravens are coming into their own now. It seems like I'm going Ravens.
I just think the Bengals are a below average team right now.
I'm
honestly.
going.
I just think they need it.
I'm going Bengals because
I think
they need
needed
it.
it last week.
Yeah.
I lost it. So
I still think Bengals need it. They still do. They're not out of it yet. I'm taking Bengals right now.
Bengals need it, but I don't think Frosty Joe is going to do it over Baltimore.
I don't know what's going on with the Bengals, but I'm going Ravens.
Wow. So it's just you and I, Zach?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Colts Jaguars.
I really want to throw who cares, but I can't because I have to pick one.
What's the records?
I'm going Colts.
Jaguars haven't won one, and I believe Indianapolis is what, 2-2 or
Yeah,
1-3?
Yeah. 2-2.
2-2.
Because Richards is still okay, right? He's not hurt.
Who?
He gets hurt every game, honestly. So
Richardson.
But he's playing, though, right?
Who is it?
Anthony Richardson.
Richardson.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I believe he's on
Yeah.
my fantasy team. He has points next to him. He's
I'm going Colts.
I'm going Colts too.
I'm going Colts, but I want the Jaguars to win just so the Giants can have less wins.
I'm going Jags.
You know what, Keith? I'm going with the Jags too, man. I don't know why. I'm not sold on Richardson yet. Not because I don't think he's got the talent. I just think that there's something injury wise that many people are not wanting to say. He's already been coming out a couple of times already in some games. So I'm taking Jacksonville because of that.
He has a hip flexor.
Bears Panthers.
The Bears.
I got the Bears.
Bears.
Gotta go Bears.
Their defense.
Bears.
Dolphins Patriots.
Patriots.
I'm sorry, Keith, bro. You know I love you. You're my brother-in-law, man. I will give my life for your family, bro. But I'm not giving my life on this one. I'm taking the Patriots, man.
Yeah, I think
Can't do
Miami's.
it,
I
man.
think
I'm sorry,
Miami's
man.
done. They have the worst QB in the NFL right now.
I want to see that. I just can't, buddy. Damn.
I'm gonna go New England.
and I hate saying this, but I dropped this week. I dropped the Steelers as my defense, and I picked up New England. Sorry, man. I really am sorry, bro. I'm not even trying to make fun of him. I'm trying not to.
So you're telling me I can go pick up the Steelers right now?
Right? That's what I heard.
Go ahead. Pick him up. Take him.
I'm gonna
on it.
go in a low scoring game
What?
for Miami to win this one.
Oh,
What, by field goals?
Yep.
Well, you did say low scoring, so all right, Keith.
They got to get the ball to
We
Tyree.
know what he's
Come on,
They got to
Keith.
get the ball to
Summon-
Tyree.
Wait,
Summon-
hold on.
summon this.
He summoned,
There you
he
go.
summoned somebody.
I'm going. I'm
Why?
praying.
He's doing it.
Huntley has 3 weeks under his belt now.
Mhm.
He knows the playbook better. Come on.
Okay.
Yep.
And I'll never pick the Patriots. I don't care if Tom Brady was there. I'm not picking them.
I can respect that, man. I can. Respect.
Miami.
All right, nah, that's good. That's all right. It's understandable.
Cleveland, Washington.
My LSU
Washington.
quarterback, Jaden Daniels. I'm picking Washington by
Yeah.
20.
I'm going Commanders.
I'm gonna go with the quarterback Zachary, and I said it's just gonna be a stud. I gotta take him. I gotta take Commanders.
It wasn't just you two.
I gotta
What
take
we
him.
talked about.
But we talk. I don't know what else.
oh,
I can
oh.
only talk about things
Me
that I
and Zach
talk.
talked about it too,
Yeah,
though.
you said-
Yeah.
He doesn't talk about hearsay. He just talks about what he talks
Yeah,
about.
unless somebody says it in front of me or I hear it in the lot.
Yeah, I think, hot topic, I think Jaden Daniels is the best quarterback in the NFC East. By far.
I'm not gonna say that yet. I mean, I'm not saying that about any quarterback right now. After 4 games,
I'm going Washington.
I'm going Washington.
Bills, Texans.
where is this game at? Oh, it's at
It's at Houston.
Houston.
I'm going Bills.
I'm going Buffalo.
I'm only going Houston because it's at Houston. That's the only reason why.
I'm going Houston.
It's
feel
a
like-
toss up. It's legitly a toss up for me though. It's
I
just,
feel like a controversial call is going to decide that game.
I'm going with Houston on this one.
it is a tough pick. It is a tough
I'm
pick.
going Houston.
But I think Josh Allen's more prone to turn over the ball a little bit more than CJ Stroud. So it's like it could happen like that too, you know?
I think Josh Allen is gonna have, he's gonna come out and he's gonna cook just because of this whole Stephon Diggs thing. I think Buffalo's gonna
that's
come
fair.
out and be like, all right, we're gonna show you why you shouldn't have left.
That's fair.
Ooh.
That's fair.
I think Josh Allen's going to run for over 100 yards.
That's fair.
You're gonna see Superman Josh.
I mean, listen, I want to pick him, but
My gut-
I'm taking CJ. I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with CJ Stroud.
My
on
gut
this.
just goes Houston.
Yeah, that's what it
I'm
is.
thinking-
It's all gut.
I'm thinking Houston's defense takes Josh Allen's Clark Kent glasses so he can't turn into Superman, and the Houston Texans are going to take it.
Wow, my man said a mouthful over there. Wow, how much did you practice that? I just want to know that. I just want to know. Come on now.
Well, you guys mentioned Josh Allen being Superman, so it just popped in my head.
It was
No,
on
no,
the
not
fly.
you guys. I didn't say him. I didn't say him.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it
I
either.
said it.
It was on the fly.
Jason and Zach said it.
What did I say?
You picked Buffalo.
Superman, the Superman. Yeah. Go ahead.
I picked Buffalo.
Raiders, Broncos.
Broncos.
Broncos. Don't get me started on that garbage.
Broncos.
Yeah, Broncos.
Broncos.
I just want to throw something out there. We all know you won. Be grateful. Raider crap, whatever you want to call yourselves.
That's crazy.
But let's just say for the record, my understanding is Devontae Adams requested a trade.
Yep.
Just want to let you know out there, and they're saying, where do you think he's gonna put the best chances of him landing? Some people have him in the Jets. Some people have him with the Chiefs.
He's going to the Jets.
So
I think he's going to.
He's going to the Jets. He wants to get carried by Aaron Rodgers again.
I think he should go to Kansas City.
Huh?
His window's closing for a Super Bowl, so I think he should go to Kansas City. I'm talking about Devontae Adams specifically. His window is closing.
Does he have a no trade clause? Or can they trade him to anybody?
Ooh, I forgot about that. Does he have one?
He can always clear it.
I mean, yeah.
chances of winning is going with Kansas City.
Kansas City. I think he's going to say yes to either or.
He's gonna say yes to either or.
I would think.
But I think it's
When you want to play with Mahomes,
I'd rather play with Mahomes. That's
Yeah.
me.
you want to know
I think he just knows that because he was complaining how the Raiders quarterbacks were like, he was like, yo, I ain't never been hit like this.
Yeah.
He was like, I can't stand
I'm gonna
it."
die here.
I think knowing what he has with Aaron Rodgers, and I think they're going to make a push to get him back, to get him.
This
to
is what
play
I
with
think.
Aaron.
I think what's going to happen is Devontae Adams is going to get traded to the Jets, and Reddick's going to be involved. Riddick's going to be involved in the trade.
Who?
Riddick.
Who's Riddick?
Reddick?
You talking about Hassan Reddick?
Hassan Reddick. Sorry.
Oh, you're talking about. Oh, okay. Oh, the defense.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I
The
got
guy
you.
who's still
gonna
holding
be-
out.
I think he's going to be involved in the trade, and he's going to go to Oakland, and there's going to be a contract in place for both.
Well, knowing how stupid
That is true.
knowing how stupid the radio organization have ran that organization for the past several decades, it wouldn't surprise me that they would trade for someone who's a holdout who eventually will not sign with the Raiders and end up going somewhere else in free agency. Yeah, I can see that trade happening. Absolutely.
but then again, you're also talking about the Jets organization, who aren't the brightest and brightest bulbs in the shed either.
Well, yeah, they
Yes.
traded for a guy that wasn't going to play for the Eagles because he didn't have a contract.
So
I meant sharpest tool in the shed.
that's true.
That thing.
Go ahead, Zach.
That thing.
Cardinals, 49ers.
Niners.
49ers.
This is such a hard pick. 49ers.
I got 49ers.
I'm saying 49ers.
94% of the people picked the Niners.
Niners.
And what about you?
Niners.
Okay. You made it sound like you would be 6%.
Yeah.
Packers, Rams.
This is a very tough one, Packers.
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 Jordan Love is playing.
Packers.
Packers. Much as I hate
Wait, hold on a second. What'd you say, Jason?
Packers.
Wow. Okay.
Here, I'll say it.
I didn't see that coming, by the way. So
He didn't say it. I'll say it for him. Jason said Packers. Don't make him repeat it a third time.
Make me say
Jason
it.
went like.
Let's just make
Like
this.
if I say it 3 times, Aaron Rodgers might appear behind me. I don't want to do that.
Oh my gosh.
Seahawks.
Let's make these picks quick. Giants, Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Give me Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Seahawks by 30.
Come on, man. Come on. I'm just gonna say this, man. Go Hawks. Let's move on.
Seahawks by 30.
Go Hawks.
No Malik Neighbors playing. I mean, like.
Oh, he's not playing?
No.
Why?
Concussion.
Oh.
So
He's concussed.
Seahawks by 30.
Any other games that we have? Oh, we still got a couple of Monday night matchups.
We got.
Oh, we
2
still
more.
got the Sunday night. Go ahead,
Yep.
Zach.
Cowboys, Steelers.
Steelers. I'll never say the Cowboys.
I got Steelers.
I'm going Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Cowboys are frauds, just like their owner.
They gotta do it. I can't believe I'm about to say this, man. Just can't believe I'm about to say this.
Don't say it.
I gotta say it.
Don't do
I
it.
gotta say it. I'm taking the Cowboys.
You're
Oh
nuts.
no.
I gotta say it. I
He's
did.
falling for
That's
it.
crazy.
He's
I'm
falling
doing-
for it.
I'm doing it.
You gotta say. You gotta say we them boys. You gotta say it now.
I am not saying that.
You
Cut
ha-
that
you
crap
have
out.
to
That's
say
not
it.
gonna happen.
You have to
I-
say it.
First of all, I'm not Jimmy Johnson.
You gotta say
I'm
it.
not Jerry Jones.
Or say, here we go.
I want you to say that team one more time. Sink in.
Like,
What?
say we them
Wow.
boys.
Who are you taking again?
Oh man!
And I want you to say the full name, city and all.
Wow. Did I do something to you as
Why
your
would you-
father?
Why would you
Repeat
pick
it.
them?
I didn't hear you.
The Dallas.
Everybody was talking, and I need you to just say it proudly. You know
Oh, that's just not
that
gonna
you want.
happen.
That you want. That you're picking them to win.
Say it with your
With your
chest.
Okay, you know what? For you,
Say
you
it
know,
with
Say the Jerry Jones Dallas Cowboys.
don't get stupid. The Dallas Cowboys.
All right.
Can we have a clap animation for that?
All right.
And then followed up by a fart.
Saints, Chiefs. I'm going Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs over New Orleans. Yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs at Chiefs. Yeah.
I think so. I think
New
somebody.
Orleans.
Yeah, I had the feeling somebody.
Who took New Orleans?
Me.
Okay.
I'm sick and tired of the Chiefs.
Okay.
I'm going New Orleans because the Chiefs are undefeated. I need them to get one loss. And And that's the same thing with the Vikings. I need them to
Yeah,
lose
that's-
one game.
that's-
See, I
Same
just
thing, yeah.
I just think the
Chiefs.
Chiefs are just getting so close to losing. It's just bound to happen.
That's how I feel with the Vikings.
Yeah, it's like,
I-
but I'm more confident in the Vi. I like the way Sam Darnold's been playing.
Nah, knowing how the refs are, I feel more confident with the Chiefs.
No. I think the refs, their normal refs for this game, missed their flight, so they're going to lose this game.
Oh,
Wait, so you're telling me I can?
Monday night,
So you're telling me I can put my
prime
app in?
time.
You're,
They're definitely gonna be in.
No, they're gonna be too happy from Sunday, so
No.
they're gonna be, they're gonna miss their flight.
real question.
No,
here.
Kamara's gonna break out for a big run, and they're gonna call holding.
Real
Probably.
no, they're gonna call block in the back. Yo, real question. How many Taylor Swift showings are they gonna show?
Oh my goodness!
Less. I'm gonna be honest.
She hasn't
it-
been there.
It is.
She hasn't been
no,
there.
No, the games that she was at, I watched them with.
it's
with
been
Jack.
less. It's been less.
All right,
Yeah.
so I'm going 3.
That sounds about right. 3.
When she gets there, when she leaves, and when Travis Kelce scores his first touchdown of the year.
Or even on his first catch, they might show her.
They might, but
Or first down. But it's usually about like no more than 5.
yeah. But I still got Kansas City. Come on, guys.
Oh my.
Yeah.
That's it.
Safe picks.
And then last but not least, oh no, those are buys. That's right. Detroit. By the way, Detroit, Tennessee, the Eagles and the Chargers have a bye week. Just to let everybody know. I know Jason, I know you did, but so make sure everybody else did too.
a bye week ain't saving the Eagles.
So
I'm picking Detroit.
Yeah.
well, to have the best bye week.
Yeah,
Best bye week is gonna go Detroit. I think the least efficient bye week is gonna be the Philadelphia Eagles.
I got a quick question. I know we made all our picks, and it could be different. But if you had to pick one, which one do you think is which is the more likely upset to occur? Even if it's the team you didn't pick.
Giants over Seahawks.
Like
I was just gonna say that.
I said likely. That's not one of them. But you can say it, I guess.
Giants over Seahawks. No, actually, Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I think it's the pick that I did pick, and I think it's Jacksonville over the Colts.
I mean, I made a picking the Jets. I mean, they're 14% picked, and I went with them.
Carolina
I'm
over
gonna
the
go.
Bears.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Cincinnati over the Ravens for the most unlikely.
My sorry, Keith. Mine would be Miami over New England because of the quarterback. It's just
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
it's just the quarterback. That's all it is. It's got nothing to do that Miami suck. It's just the quarterback
You can
issue.
say it. They
That's
suck
all it
right
is. That's the only reason. I mean, you listen. You see the difference in play between with Tua and without Tua. Period. You just see it.
Did you guys watch the game?
Yes, I
I
did.
want to say one thing about it. I'm pretty sure I saw Huntley overthrow Hill twice.
Yes.
He was
Yes, he
open.
did.
We were watching
He was
it.
open.
At the end of the day, they need to find a way to get Tyreek Hill the ball. Mike,
How many screens do you think they threw in that game?
Too many.
Much?
I'm just curious if anybody,
20.
Well, we watched the first half, and like it was decent.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, get rid of the screens and just throw slants, quick slants to Tyreek Hill.
he was doing that to Waddle. I don't understand why they stopped.
Why? Though?
My-
This is what I mean. Like, why Waddle go to Tyreek?
My whole thing, which I've been saying to my dad a lot, is like when you want to throw screens, like you want to throw them like early in the game to your best players. That way, you get your quarterback a nice quick throw, a completion. He's feeling good. You get Tyreek Hill involved. He's got a catch. You got his legs. Under him. Like that's typically when you want to throw these screens, these short passes, and then try and throw further down the field, run the ball. Like that's really the only time I see a screen pass like effective, just to get your quarterback in a groove.
So the wide receiver screens, I feel like just work if you're facing like a Brian Flores defense. Honestly, a team that would just blitz over 55% of the time.
We probably would have had 2 touchdowns if he hit Tyreek on those 2 passes.
He was open.
Oh yeah,
He was
most
open.
likely. But the problem is, you shouldn't just have 2 deep passes to Tyreek Hill. You need more than 2 deep passes to Tyreek
Knowing okay, so
right now.
You gotta remember that like those were the times that he was open. Like you
yeah.
know also that they're looking for that and they're gonna play it. So you're not
Yeah,
gonna
100%.
throw it down there when he's
100%.
doubled.
But that's up to the offensive genius,
But-
Mike McDaniels, to get him open.
But then you got to remember when he runs down there, they're taking him out of the game because he just sprinted 50 yards down the
I
field.
get that, but
so
you
have
gotta,
him do multiple routes to keep him in for during the drive.
That's what I'm saying.
The other
You can't keep throwing him and having him go deep.
Exactly.
the other thing going against us is our running game is not good right now at all.
Well, it's not good right now because they're probably boxing
Yeah,
you
they don't
guys
care.
right now. They're not gonna. They're gonna make
There's
the.
no
They're gonna
respect
make.
to it,
They're gonna
bro.
make. They're gonna make the quarterback throw the ball. So they're gonna box everybody that they can up front to stop the game. I'm not gonna blame the running game on that because they all know. Hey, you want to beat us? We're not gonna let your running game beat us.
No, because that's a big threat at running back. They have a big threat at running back.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Odell Beckham might play.
That's not going to change anything.
Here's the thing.
You still need a quarterback to throw the ball.
If you're gonna keep Tua, right, and you want to try to salvage your season, you're saying week 8. What do you think about trading for Russell Wilson to see if you can salvage the season? I've been saying
would.
as soon as he got hurt, I've been saying trade for him.
I would, but they're not. They don't do smart things.
I don't honestly knowing that offensive line. I don't think Russell Wilson
Would want to
would
go.
be that good of a fit because like
That line is that bad.
Their whole thing is quick and is accuracy.
Yeah.
Tua is extremely accurate, and that's the offense that they ran. That's why these backups don't work because they're not accurate.
It's still
Like you-
just honestly, your organization has failed the team by not
I don't-
preparing
I
for
don't-
Tua to get hurt.
I think
honestly.
it's just coaching. Like
And you got to change your game plan. Like if he's an offensive genius, yeah, I agree with you. If he's an offensive genius that people try to make him out to be, he should be able to come up with a decent game plan. It's been what, 3 weeks now? I mean, like for real. Like
All he's been saying all week is everything's out on the table, meaning him too. So
Yeah, meaning his job.
we'll see if everything was out on the table after this week.
Well, I mean,
just get H.N. the ball. He's on my fantasy team.
yeah.
If you're gonna dump the ball, dump it to him, okay? Because even when the ball's in his hands, you actually guys get something going. You know,
Like it's
Yep.
just into a
And
point
then
where
you'll stop.
you just got to force feed Tyreek and HN. Honestly, that's all they got to do. They just almost like what the Giants were doing with not to bring the Giants up, but what they were doing with Malik Neighbors. No, seriously, the percentage of usage.
you hate talking about the Giants, and you always
No, I'm
Keith,
not. That's
Keith,
the only way I
Keith.
can compare it.
Keith,
Like,
Keith, take
has
look at my
not-
face. Look at my face. Make a pic. Do a shirt of me. What the in the blue heavens? Boom, right there. What in the blue? That's all you got to do. That's it, man.
what else can I compare it to?
Compare.
You guys watching the game this week together?
Which one?
The Giants and
The Pee Wee
Seahawks.
games?
I actually.
Yeah.
no, I mean Chetta and you. Is he watching it with you guys?
No, I won't watch I can't watch a Giants
Dude,
game with you
your
guys.
dad-
I will curse way too much.
Listen, your dad won't even watch it. Put it this way: your dad doesn't even talk up. He'll talk about the Giants every time, right, win or lose, but he will not talk about it when he plays the Seahawks. Actually, I ask your nephew.
So he has enough respect for you guys to not do that.
I don't really think that's the reason, to be honest with you.
It's what can you say?
Oh, man.
Like, what can you say? First of all, the Seahawks have owned the Giants. So, like, what can you say? No, you can't say anything. Is the answer? You can't say anything.
There really is
Special-
nothing much.
special shout
You
out
talk
to
more,
Tigo,
listen, you
who was
talk
in the
more
chat.
about the Giants than the rest of us put together.
No, I don't get a chance to talk about the Giants.
Yo,
someone makes a
come on,
run
somebody
on-
say something right
someone
now.
makes a
We
People-
could honestly play this back, and you've probably brought the Giants randomly up at least 3 to 4 times.
minimum.
Jason just said it best.
Go right ahead, Jason. I want you to say it yourself. Go ahead.
What did I say?
Special
I don't know.
shout out that you just
Oh.
made.
Special shout out to Tigo, who was in the chat the whole time.
Ah, Tigo. What's up,
He just
Tigo?
see how he just turned it and got it off the Giants. See,
Oh, man. Well, first of all, to our boy Tigo, we missed you. I'm sure you probably had some prior engagements. I
Tigo,
totally
you gotta-
understand.
Tigo, you got to show up, man, because I'm just getting ganged up on all the time.
Bro, we're not ganging up on you.
I
You're
am.
doing
I'm
it.
getting
No.
ganged up here.
If you stop bringing them up, you won't be getting ganged up. I mean, you're making it easy for us, bro.
Yeah, like you shoot yourself in the foot because you're
Right.
constantly bringing them up.
Right. I mean, you know,
Let it go.
We're talking
Let
about
it go.
Campbell.
Let it
go. Let it go.
Took his headphones off. Yes, we did it.
Yes.
He put the mic down. Yes.
Unless we have anything else to add, I just want to say thank you for all the viewers out there. Just want to say that if you have any suggestions, any opinions, we welcome them. If you want to be part of the show, let us know. We'll send you a link for you to appear on the show. If you want to call it in, let us know again. I just want to say thank you to Jason, Keith, Cheddar, and our son Zach. We missed the other two. We missed Tigo and Jack, the small wonder, but he's gonna be around at some point because he's gonna have to start defending his Chiefs on his own, not me or the rest of us, because these guys are ganging up on him. So Jack, you need to come on the show, okay? Because they're coming for you, and they keep saying that the refs is the Kansas City Chiefs and not the players themselves. Just throwing it out there. But for
Facts.
So, like, subscribe, YouTube channel.
There
The
you go.
Sports Shed.
But as I always say, thank you,
TikTok.
God bless you, and good night.
Cue the music.
There you go.